The stunning aftermath of NASA's mission to deliberately smash a spacecraft into an asteroid at 14,000 miles per hour has been caught on camera by two of the world's most powerful space telescopes. Hubble and the U.S. Space Agency's new Super Space Observatory, James Webb, both captured views of the first-ever planetary defense experiment, which saw the Double Asteroid Redirection Test (DART) attempt to knock a space rock off course. It was the world's first test of a kinetic impact mitigation technique, using a spacecraft to deflect an asteroid that poses no threat to Earth, and modifying the object's orbit. On Monday, at 19:14 Eastern Time, 0:14 British Summer Time Tuesday, DART intentionally crashed into Dimorphos, the asteroid moonlet in the double asteroid system of Didymos. Both Webb and Hubble simultaneously observed the same celestial target from afar, and NASA has now released time-lapse footage and images of the impact, with one expert calling it an unprecedented view of an unprecedented event. DART will be the world's first planetary defense test mission. It is heading for the small moonlet asteroid Dimorphos, which orbits a larger companion asteroid called Didymos. When it gets there, it will be intentionally crashing into the asteroid to slightly change its orbit. While neither asteroid poses a threat to Earth, DART's kinetic impact will prove that a spacecraft can autonomously navigate to a target asteroid and kinetically impact it. Then, using Earth-based telescopes to measure the effects of the impact on the asteroid system. The mission will enhance modeling and predictive capabilities to help us better prepare for an actual asteroid threat should one ever be discovered. Although this asteroid posed no threat to Earth, the hope is that if the mission is a success, as believed, then it could work as a strategy for defending our planet against future threats from space. Webb and Hubble show what we've always known to be true at NASA. We learn more when we work together, said NASA Administrator Bill Nelson. For the first time, Webb and Hubble have simultaneously captured imagery from the same target in the cosmos, an asteroid that was impacted by a spacecraft after a 7-million-mile journey. All of humanity eagerly awaits the discoveries to come from Webb, Hubble, and our ground-based telescopes, about the DART mission and beyond. The coordinated Hubble and Webb observations are more than just an operational milestone for each telescope. There are also key science questions relating to the makeup and history of our solar system that researchers can explore when combining the capabilities of these observatories. Observations from Webb and Hubble together will allow scientists to gain knowledge about the nature of the surface of Dimorphos, how much material was ejected by the collision, and how fast it was ejected. The pair captured the impact in different wavelengths of light, Webb in infrared and Hubble in visible. Observing the impact across a wide array of wavelengths will reveal the distribution of particle sizes in the expanding dust cloud, helping to determine whether it threw off lots of big chunks or mostly fine dust. Combining this information, along with ground-based telescope observations, will help scientists to understand how effectively a kinetic impact can modify an asteroid's orbit. Webb took one observation of the impact location before the collision took place. Then several observations over the next few hours. Images from Webb's near-infrared camera, NIRCam, show a tight, compact core, with plumes of material appearing as wisps streaming away from the center of where the impact took place. Observing the impact with Webb presented the flight operations, planning, and science teams with unique challenges, because of the asteroid's speed of travel across the sky.